Hello there my beautiful, amazing and gorgeous friends. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic time. Once again I'm asking for your forgiveness. I know it's my fault for making you wait all this time, but I really try my best to edit as much as I can, but I only have time at night, because of school and other stuff, so I hope you aren't too bothered by it. I'm so sorry, because you really deserve better. Anyways, this is Sakusa's Povin backstory. It was supposed to be an only video, but it ended up being 3 parts, because it was too long, and I must put a trigger warning. In this video I mention hospitals, illnesses, and death, so please, if you don't think you can stand hearing someone talking about these topics, I'm begging you, don't watch this video. I don't want to make you feel bad, or cause you any troubles, and don't worry. Even if you don't watch it, it won't affect too much the continuation of this series, so you can skip and watch directly the other ones when I finish posting his POV. Oh, and I wanted to let you know that I'm currently working on a Discord server and I'll try my best to finish it within the day I'll post the next video. Also, I'm so excited. We are at almost 5k and it's insane, and I'm absolutely not crying of happiness while I'm writing this, thinking about how beautiful you are. Anyway, this is getting too long, so I'll leave you to the video. I love you and enjoy. Sakusa was sitting on his bed, with that hell don't give a fuck look in his eyes, but he was feeling strange. He was feeling like if an elephant decided to sit in his throat, but he didn't want to think about it. Instead he decided to take a bath, hoping to feel better after it. Why do I feel like this? Ugh, my head hurts. Is it Fortsumu? I mean, of course he will come to me begging to get back together. As he pronounced those words, his heart ached a bit. Don't like this feeling, and I just said the truth. Another pain in his chest. He was a bit frustrated. He didn't know how to act. It was his first time feeling like that. Well, I just won't think about it. He stood up and went to his bathroom. He turned on the water and filled the tub. He then put chloramines into it. I hope this will help me. He took off his clothes and got into the tub. The light vapor coming from the hot water was warming the entire room. Sakusa was sitting there, with his head resting on the edge of the tub. He stayed like this for some minutes. He was closing his eyes. The atmosphere there was that relaxing that Sakusa couldn't help but fall asleep, rocked by the water. It was a sunny day. Sakusa was 10 years old. He was at school. It was recreation, and, as usual, he was playing in the with his best friend. Hey, that's not fair. Nobody said it, so it's fair. No, it's not. They were playing hide and seek in the school garden. Yes, it is. Whoever said that I couldn't fake that? I found you by calling you? Exactly. No one. Ugh. I'll win next time. Yeah, we'll see. They spent all the recreation together and went back to the class. When it was time, their moms came to get them. They also became really friends. After seeing the strong friendship between their sons, they lived near each other, so they walked together home. Haomi, the blonde kid, was walking looking at the sky with his hands behind his head. Their mothers were left behind to talk with each other. Yes, what do you want to do when you are older? Sakusa didn't expect that question at all, especially from him. He was that kind of person who enjoys every minute of his life, not worrying about the future or anything else. Instead, Sakusa was the contrary. He used to worry about everything, even the smallest and most insignificant ones. He turned to look at his friend. I want to become a doctor. My dream is to help a lot of people. A huge smile appeared on the blonde's face. Sakusa felt his heart warmed by those words. That's a very beautiful dream. I'm sure you'll make it. Really? Do you really think so? Of course. You can do anything. Thank you. Fumio jumped on Sakusa and hugged him. Sakusa hugged him back anyway. What about you? Sakusa knew what he wanted to do, but he was so shy that he was afraid to talk about it even with his friend UHML. Fumio was looking at him with a confused and curious face. Hey, if you don't want to talk about it, there's no problem. Just know that I'd support you no matter what. Sakusa raised his look from his foot to his friend's eyes. He was really grateful for meeting such a good person as Fumio. Sakusa stopped abruptly, leaving Fumio walking for a bit before realizing that his friend was behind him. Fumio walked back to reach him. I want to become a volleyball player, a really good one. His friend was looking at him with a surprised face. Then he wore one of his best smiles, and took Sakusa's hands and started shaking them. Omi, that's amazing. Why didn't you want to tell me? Sakusa was surprised by his reaction when he told his classmates. Because of a school project about his dream, they told him, fine, but probably you won't make it. So why are you losing your time hoping to become a volleyball player? Hahaha, that's why he couldn't trust anyone easily, and that's also the reason he didn't have any friends other than Fumio. I thought you'd tell me that I was just wasting my time. What? I would never. I'm your friend. And, as I said before, I'll support you no matter what. Sakusa was really touched by his words. He was about to cry, but he didn't. Thank you. I really appreciate it. No problem, Omi. Fumio put an arm on his friend's shoulder and started walking towards home. The sun was about to set, and I'll be your biggest fan. Haha, really? Sure. I'll watch every one of your matches, and whenever I'll need a doctor, I'll come directly to you. Even though I hate hospitals, of course. Haha. They walked like that until they reached Fumio's house. See you tomorrow. See you. Then Sakusa started walking toward his home, smiling at the thought of having an amazing friend as Fumio. It was 7 a.m. Sakusa woke up and started getting ready for his first day of middle school. Him and Fumio had enrolled to the same school, so they were going to Ho together, hoping they were willing to be in the same class. Sakusa dressed up and went to have breakfast downstairs. It was only 7:25 am. He still had plenty of time, so he did everything he needed to calmly. He sat down and had breakfast. It was 7:40 am. Him and Fumio decided to walk to school and to not take the bus for the first day, so he thought it was a good idea starting to go now. He wore his jacket, because it was still cold outside, said goodbye to his mom, and started walking toward Fumio's house. He was smiling looking at the sky. The sun was still not completely risen yet. The moon was still clearly visible and the sky was divided in two. A half was still dark, and decorated by a half of a shining circle, while the other half was orange, going into a light blue, and to the east there was a big red ball making its way to shine bright in the sky. Those two scenarios were blended that well that it almost seemed like a painting. He was amazed by that scene, that he didn't realize he was in front of his friend's house. He was about to knock at the door when he heard people screaming, "No mom, Algio, what if it happens again?" You heard what he said. You were there. It won't happen. I feel much better, so goodbye. Fumio opened the door abruptly and saw Sakusa on his doorstep with a raised hand into a fist, ready to knock on the door. He had a worried face. He hoped that his friend didn't hear anything. Omi, did I make you wait for too long? No, don't worry. Hey listen, did you hear something? You know, my mom is kind of nervous lately, so she started screaming. Hahaha. He was really worried about his friends. Response: what? No, I didn't. Don't worry. Fumio was relieved, but he wasn't completely convinced. Okay then, let's go. Fumio passed Sakusa, who was still on the doorstep, and started walking toward the school. He thought, was he sick? Why didn't he tell me? He was biting his lip trying to figure out what was going on with his friend. Omi, are you not coming? Yes, sorry, no problem. Fumio was looking at him with a smile. Sakusa tried to smile back, but he couldn't really. He was worried. Was his friend hiding something? From that day, were past 2 weeks. Unfortunately they weren't in the same class, but they were on the same floor and their classes were near. Sakusa was still worried about what he heard that day, but after the time passed, he was trying to relax and not think about it. It was going good. It was recreation and, as usual, he decided to go to his friend's class and spend that time with him. As he arrived in front of the door, he saw a crowd of people standing around something or someone with a worried face. He also heard the teacher screaming and telling to call an ambulance. What is going on? I can't see. Sakusa made his way through the people pushing them. As he started to see behind the wall of people, he felt the world falling down from his feet. He was there, on the ground, not responding to the teacher calling him, bleeding from his nose. Sakusa was shocked. He couldn't breathe or stay upright. The only thing he could was fall, staring at the scene, being unable to move a single muscle. The people around him were trying to help him stand up, asking him if he was alright, and if he knew that guy lying on the floor, and he tried to respond, but not a word was coming out his mouth. Why are you lying there like that? Why are you bleeding? Why aren't you waking up? Fumio, he felt like the time stopped. Why was all of that happening? Why to his friend? Why among all people, him? That was the only question in Sakusa's mind at that moment. Why? Okay guys, this was it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts, and don't worry, the next parts are coming soon. I have them already, ready to be posted. I really feel the needing to thank you so much, and tell that I love you incredibly. Now I'll go. Remember to study well, take care of yourself and stay safe.